come back for Usyk, but I want a fair result in England.
Would he be the only fighter that you come back for?
That would be the one I want immediately. That would be the most fight that I'd want next. Vladimir Klitschko, when he was 37. Boxing's young man's game and he waits for nobody. So here's the opinion, you've heard it here first. Moses Itauma.
The great man, the great fight. I think Itauma is future for boxing. I like this guy.
He says he's ready for you now at 20 years old.
Yeah.
Tyson Fury has never been short of words, but lately his loudest noise isn't coming from inside the ring. Instead, it's his constant digs at Oleksandr Usyk and his sudden obsession with dragging young prospect Moses Itauma into the conversation. Still stewing after back-to-back defeats to Usyk, Fury has taken aim at...
Knows there's only one man who can beat him. I've done it twice before, and the world knows it. I've been fucked, good and proper, without any Vaseline on, and I've took it like a man.
At the Ukrainian champion. At the same time, he heaps praise on Itauma as the future. On the surface, it sounds like respect for youth. In reality, it feels more like deflection, a way of avoiding the hard truth. Usyk beat Fury not once but twice. Until Fury accepts that, every
single belt, won everything there is to win in boxing, and done very well. Boxing is a young man's game. Like I told Vladimir Klitschko when he was 37. Boxing's a young man's game and he waits for nobody. So here's the opinion, you've heard it here first. Moses Itauma will wreck all them old men out of the division. Usyk, AJ, Miller, whoever there is who's old, Zhang, fucking whoever else there is, Luis Ortiz, all...
word he says rings hollow. Fury's legacy is now tied to Usyk. Not Joshua, not Wilder. Redemption lies in a trilogy with Usyk, not in dragging a 19-year-old phenom into the spotlight too early. Calling Usyk an old man and dismissing his reign as temporary doesn't change reality. Usyk earned every belt through brilliance, discipline, and consistency.
You go.
There's some good fights to be made. That's a consideration. We'll look at it.
Usyk next.
We're going to sit down. We're not making any decisions tonight. We'll
brilliance, discipline, and consistency. If Fury truly cares about his place in boxing history, the only fight that matters is another crack at Usyk. Anything else is a distraction. Promoter Frank Warren, usually careful with his words, hasn't fanned the flames much. But even his measured comments hint at the reality. Usyk remains the biggest...
Who wins between us both? I said Anthony. Tyson offended or whatever. And then vice versa. Why would he give a shit what I think? Yeah, so what he thinks and what he believes. You know, coming through my career, so many people said you ain't gonna do shit. I don't hate on him, I just think, all right.
Usyk versus Fury isn't finished. Fans demand an ending, not sidesteps. Moses may be exciting, especially after his demolition of Dillian Whyte, but Warren reminds everyone that opportunities for young fighters must be timed correctly. For now, the heavyweight division still belongs to Usyk and Fury. Analyst Johnny Nelson didn't hold back. To him, Fury's behavior looks conflicted and insecure. If Fury truly...
What do we like? Obviously, you do have to be conscious of a potential fight with Tyson Fury, but we're not going to hang around forever. So, you know, you need to come back with a good win, and that'll be the plan at the end.
Wants redemption, Nelson argues. It must come through Usyk, not distractions. Tossing Moses' name around after the youngster's big win over Whyte only exposes Fury's doubts. Itauma has plenty of time to carve his path. His rise has been spectacular, but throwing him into Usyk's world title picture this early is reckless. Nelson nails the point. Fury isn't building Moses up, he's using him as a shield. If he were serious about legacy, the talk wouldn't be about prospects. It would be about trilogies. Eddie Hearn never one to bite his tongue. Put it bluntly, Fury's window is closing. You can't stall forever, Hearn insists. While Fury plays games with narratives, the division evolves without him. Usyk's dominance grows. Joshua remains in the hunt, and Itauma's...
It's a good fight. Turkey is good man. This organizate more big fighter, more big event, and we see what we do, what next step, and we see what proposition with...
Destruction of Whyte proves new blood is coming fast. If Fury doesn't move quickly, he risks being bypassed, outshined by Usyk's class. overshadowed by AJ's ambition and overtaken by Moses's youth. In boxing, timing is everything, and Fury is running out of it. From Usyk's camp, Sergey Lapin kept it simple. He applauded Itauma's stunning win, admitting the teenager is the hottest prospect in the heavyweight division. But he cut through the hype with honesty. The leap from beating White to facing Usyk is enormous. Usyk knows it. Lapin knows it. Deep down, Fury knows it too. That's why Fury keeps throwing Itauma's name around. It's easier to say, let the kid fight him, than to confront his own defeats. But Usyk's team won't be fooled. They understand patience, timing, and risk. Itauma will get his shot one day, but not on Fury's terms.
That he throws against Usyk and hope that these shots start getting through and he can maybe cause the referee to stop Usyk.
Absolutely. Well, that's only 3 weeks away. We cannot wait for it. You are making me excited about it. I feel on tenterhooks for this contest. We're going to talk South.
Meanwhile, Sky's Adam Smith voiced what many fans already believe: Fury should accept the truth. Yes, he fought bravely. Yes, he had his moments. But across 2 fights, Usyk proved his superiority. The second bout especially highlighted the gulf. Usyk's control, his composure, his unmatched gas tank in the championship rounds. It was a clear difference in class. Fury's refusal to accept defeat damages his legacy more than the losses themselves. Champions are remembered not just for victories but for how they respond to setbacks. Usyk stumbled early in his career, rebuilt, and emerged stronger. Fury, in contrast, sulks in denial. The contrast couldn't be clearer. Usyk's grace under pressure versus Fury's excuses, and while Fury wrestles with denial, Moses Itauma's star continues to rise. His knockout of White shook the division and confirmed him.
That's it. Absolutely. Another 4 or 5 fights down the line, then you're looking at an absolute wrecking ball. Then he would beat everybody put in front of him.
They said
but nobody's going to. Yeah, nobody's going to beat him.
They said Saturday who's going to give him rounds. That's what he was saying. He wanted them out of White.
Nobody beats him.
As the brightest young heavyweight on the planet, his time will come. But right now, the story of the heavyweight division is still Usyk versus Fury. The fans want closure. The sport demands it. And unless Tyson Fury faces that truth, his legacy will always feel incomplete. Tyson Fury doesn't have the luxury of sulking while the heavyweight division moves on. New challengers are emerging, and the world isn't waiting. Duke McKenzie captured the mood perfectly, balancing praise for Moses Itauma with a dose of reality about Oleksandr Usyk. Moses's victory over Dillian Whyte wasn't just a win, it was a statement. At 19, he already looks like he belongs in world title conversations. McKenzie predicts that in 4 or 5 fights, Moses will become a wrecking ball. But he also delivers the harsh truth. Nobody beats Usyk right now.
The fact that he's still bellyaching about it is the fact that he's still trying to convince himself that he won, which he clearly didn't. Really, that shows a lot of delusion on his part. I mean, listen, when you lose in a fight, never mind a world title fight, when you lose in a fight, full stop, the best thing to do is to dry.
Now, not Fury, not Moses, not anyone. Fury knows it too. That's why his recent talk feels hollow. His praise of Moses seems less like mentorship and more like manipulation, a way of deflecting attention from his own obligations. McKenzie didn't hold back, calling Fury very delusional for clinging to the fantasy that judges robbed him. The world saw Usyk win twice. Fury's refusal to accept reality reeks of denial, and denial destroys legacies. Trainer Dave Caldwell reinforced the same point with a focus on timing. Moses has belief, confidence, and undeniable talent. He may one day be capable of beating anyone, even Usyk, but talent must meet timing. Right now, Usyk's experience, mastery of distance, adaptability, and bottomless gas tank make him a nightmare for any young fighter. Caldwell believes Moses will get there, but too soon could derail him. That's why
The fighter is a winner, he's got plenty of ambition, and he truly believes that he can go in there and beat any man in the world right now, and that includes Oleksandr Usyk. Do I personally think it's too soon? Yes, I do. Usyk's he's a different breed, he's a different fighter. Yes, he's getting older.
Fury's attempt to shove Moses into Usyk's path feels selfish. The responsibility for a trilogy rests on Fury's shoulders, not on a teenager still finding his ceiling. Even Deontay Wilder, who knows both the glory and brutality of heavyweight warfare, added perspective. He pointed out that Usyk's speed, agility, and shot selection make him dangerous despite being smaller than most heavyweights. Wilder stressed that health, conditioning, and timing matter as much as brute power at the elite level. His respect underscored the point. Fighting Usyk isn't about hype, it's about survival against a master technician. Journalist Gareth A. Davis framed the conversation around time and money. Usyk is nearing the back end of his prime, which means the biggest fights must happen now before the window closes. Legacy, career planning, and financial stakes all collide at this moment.
Seems smaller, but he seems quicker and faster. You know, he throws good combinations as well. I don't know as far as who winning. I always say, man, may the best man win. Well, hopefully those guys get in the ring healthy and they get out of the ring healthy and give the world a great fight. It's good to see unification in the heavyweight division. You know, it hasn't happened.
Davis reminded fans that boxing is about more than just styles and matchups. It's also about timing. Every delay risks erasing opportunities. If Fury stalls too long, Usyk could retire with the last laugh, and the heavyweight crown would pass to the next generation. Returning to Johnny Nelson's insight, he emphasized that Fury's moves aren't just about denial, they're about control. Walking away from negotiations doesn't always mean retirement. Sometimes it's about shaping narratives, leveraging deals, and picking moments. But strategy eventually runs into reality, and right now reality is spelled USYK. The heavyweight division stands at a crossroads. Oleksandr Usyk is the king. Tyson Fury remains trapped in denial, torn between chasing redemption and hiding behind excuses. Moses Itauma, fresh off a statement win, represents the next wave. The story is crystal clear. Usyk is the present, Moses is the future, and Fury is stuck in the middle, caught between legacy and distraction. Until Fury confronts Usyk again, his words about Moses mean little. The responsibility is his to finish what was started. The world doesn't want diversions. It wants closure. Fury versus Usyk. The fear isn't just another fight, it's the reckoning of an era. And Fury knows it. If you lose to someone twice, the man you're chasing isn't a prospect, it's the champion who beat you. Yet Fury talks about everyone else while insisting he really won. That contradiction is eating at his reputation. If he truly believed he beat Usyk, then Usyk should be the only fight on his radar. The heavyweight division is entering a pivotal moment. Usyk, Fury, and rising contenders like Moses Itauma are shaping the next chapter of history. Timing, strategy, and legacy are just as crucial as speed, power, and technique, making every potential matchup a high-stakes spectacle. The clock is ticking. Fans must stay tuned as negotiations unfold, because the next unification or blockbuster clash won't just be another fight, it will define legacies for a generation.